Hey everyone, Gio here from Fandom United. I hope all of you are having a great day. It is a hot day in Sacramento, 105 degrees. I don't know why I'm wearing this shirt. I think it's because I'm just happy that I found it. I thought I lost it. This is my Black Adam shirt from DC Fandom. But anyways, this is Daily News Recap for July 8th. Quite a few topics to discuss. But first, speaking of Black Adam, I saw this a couple days ago, and I should probably bring it up. This is from Dwayne Johnson's social media account. He is absolutely jacked, ripped. I know we said that before about other actors getting ready for superhero roles, but this is Dwayne Johnson, and I've never seen anybody this ripped. His social media post reads, "Minutes away from shooting a very cool cutting edge scene for our movie Black Adam," as he is getting white tracking dots put on him by his makeup artist. This guy is ridiculous, and I can't wait to see him on the big screen. He's going to whoop some asses. I can't wait to see him hopefully fight Henry Cavill Superman, fight Zachary Levi. They're going to literally walk up to Black Adam and be like,
"One gigantic motherfucker."
And I can't wait for it. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. Let's get started with our news topics. The first one is a pretty surprising one, actually. The Tomorrow War. Now, this is going to be kind of a spoilers topic. I do have timestamps in the description, but basically, Tomorrow War is getting a sequel. This according to Deadline. And they're saying, in response to this past weekend's hugely successful global streaming debut of The Tomorrow War, Skydance and Amazon Studios are in discussions, I hear, on the development of a sequel to the Chris Pratt sci-fi pick. I understand discussions are in place to bring the whole creative gang back, both in front of and behind the camera, including director Chris McKay and screenwriter Zach Dean, and stars Pratt, Yvonne Strahovski, Betty Gilpin, Sam Richardson, Edwin Hodge, and Oscar winner J.K. Simmons. Paramount is also involved in the sequel, the studio originally attached to distribute the first film theatrically. As the report hinted and later mentioned, it debuted at #1 across streaming platforms over the holiday weekend. And as a reminder, Amazon picked up The Tomorrow War for $200 million. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was very entertaining. In fact, if you guys haven't seen my review for The Tomorrow War, I definitely recommend it. Check it out on the channel. I would appreciate that. But as far as where they could go in the story, this is spoilers right here. We find out that the White Spikes were actually being held in a cargo ship from aliens. So they could go into that part of the mythology. It's great to see that Chris Pratt will be back, that Yvonne Strahovski will be back, who played Chris Pratt's daughter. I like that Dorian, the character, is coming back, played by Edwin Hodge. J.K. Simmons, obviously. You guys let me know your thoughts if you've seen The Tomorrow War. This is good news. This is why we sign up for 4, 5, 6 streaming services, okay? They're funding new projects, especially the ones, for the most part, the ones that are successful. I myself enjoyed it, so I'm definitely looking forward to Tomorrow War 2 or whatever they call it. But let's move on to another sci-fi project, and that is Disney Plus's upcoming Star Wars, The Book of Boba Fett. And we have some confirmation on some of the directors who we can expect to helm episodes for this first season of The Book of Boba Fett. And those directors will be Robert Rodriguez, who is also showrunning the series, Bryce Dallas Howard, who directed one of my favorite episodes of The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. This according to Tamara Morrison, who plays Boba Fett in pretty much every clone. And while this isn't surprising, it is definitely encouraging to see that Disney Plus, particularly Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Lucasfilm, they are sticking to a formula that works. They're giving several directors these episodes, these 45 minute to an hour episodes, to tell their stories. And we've seen what it has done for people like Bryce Dallas Howard, like Rick Famuyiwa, like Carl Weathers, who directed an episode. They seem to be having fun, and who knows what projects it'll give them, not just in the world of Star Wars, but out there in Hollywood. This is great. I am particularly excited to see what Bryce Dallas Howard does. Her episode of Mandalorian, where the Mandalorian and Cara Dune have to help these villagers fight off the Empire. That was one of my favorite Mandalorian episodes personally. I'm curious, what is your favorite Mandalorian episode, if you have one? And are you looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett? You guys let me know your thoughts. And we're going to stick with Disney and go to an upcoming MCU movie, and that is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania. The Loki senior writer was recently talking to a Vanity Fair staff member on a podcast and hinted that the Easter egg in Loki, which involves YellowJacket, I mean, it is YellowJacket, was just the beginning. And she was quoted saying, "I don't know if that's an indication of something to come, but I do know that Corey Stoll in some shape will be back for Ant-Man 3. Now, my first thought was, here we go again. Nobody dies in the MCU. And while that is true to an extent, I had to go back and rewatch the YellowJacket death scene. Here it is. I mean, it's pretty convincing as far as the death goes, but remember, we were all convinced, at least for a while, that Red Skull from Captain America the First Avenger, Hugo Weaving's character, died. And then he showed up 8 years later in Infinity War, and we were all surprised. We were floored. I did not see that coming. So there may be a way for YellowJacket to return. First off, Evangeline Lilly tagged the actor Corey Stoll in a post when she was praising the film's script, and that kind of gave us the first hint. But now the Loki senior writer Joanna Robinson has pretty much said, yeah, he's going to be back. And of course, the cherry on top is that Loki Easter egg. So get ready to see more YellowJacket in the MCU. Maybe he teams up with Kang the Conqueror. I'm curious what your guys' theories are on that. Let me know down below. Continue the conversation. But let's go to Kevin Feige from Marvel Studios, who talked about the actors and their massive deals. And by massive deals, for example, Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky Barnes, he signed a 9-picture deal initially. And all these actors, whether it be Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, signing these 4, 5, 6-picture deals. Scarlett Johansson was another one. Those days are gone, according to Kevin Feige, who said in a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, that got a lot of attention way back when with, I think, Scarlett Johansson and Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and Sam Jackson. It varies now. It varies project to project, cast to cast. Really, what we want are people that come in, are excited to be in this universe, are excited at the opportunity to do more things as opposed to being locked into contractual obligations. Now, this is a good time to remind everybody out there. I know we like to magnify Warner Brothers and DC and all their mishaps, but Marvel, the MCU, has had their fair share as well. People don't like to admit, but they are learning from their mistakes, okay? Infamously, Idris Elba, who played Heimdall, talked about Thor: The Dark World and just how miserable he was on that set. And then there was Robert Downey Jr., who played Hardball and got paid a big payday of $50 million because he originally had a 4-picture deal before signing on to Captain America Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. And I don't know if you can count the Spider-Man Homecoming small role that he had. I mean, that was like a walk in the park. But also, I kind of like this way because it sort of makes these movies a little bit less predictable. You know, like, obviously, we know Chris Hemsworth isn't going to die as Thor. Chris Evans wasn't going to die as Captain America. Robert Downey Jr. wasn't going to die as Iron Man, at least anytime soon. But the fact that these contracts are now like a wait and see approach, it for us film, buffs, those who follow the news closely, who look at such things, we can now look at him and have less predictability, which is a good thing. Whatever they end up doing, I want to see more of U.S. Agent in the MCU. That is my guy. I absolutely love his character, love what they did in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So give Wyatt Russell a 10-picture deal. I don't care. I want to see more of him in the MCU. But anyways, we're going to get to our last topic here. And this one, it's kind of just, a major actress talking about, the toll that a big budget production, a tentpole movie takes on, their bodies as they go through a very lengthy shoot. So the actress is Margot Robbie, and she talked about doing the Suicide Squad and how challenging that was, I assume, in comparison to Birds of Prey. Here's what she said. There are explosions and guns firing, and even though they're blanks, your body starts reacting as if it's real. Your adrenaline's through the roof. And as a result, she later says in the article via THR, it makes it difficult to unwind because while your mind says one thing, your body is reacting in a different way. And doing that for 10, 12 hours a day can be, stressful and take a toll. Granted, especially Margot Robbie, she's getting paid handsomely to do this. But nevertheless, these are still human beings. And while it may seem like being an actor or an actress is a dream, it can also be a fucking grind, okay? I mean, I just showed you earlier a picture of Black Adam, okay? Yes, he's getting paid handsomely, but that is no easy thing to do, to physically transform and to commit to a fictional character. And honestly, Margot Robbie's comments remind me of the Mad Max Fury Road production, if you guys remember that. Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron, they wanted to rip each other's eyes out because the production was so stressful. They were out in the middle of the desert. And but we as consumers, I mean, we don't care about that, right? I mean, especially for Mad Max Fury Road, that paid off. I mean, that was a spectacle to see, and I can't wait for Furiosa. I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad. We are less than a month away. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, give her all the money because she is great. We talked about picture deals. Sign her to a 15-picture deal. I know they're not getting rid of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. That is a fact. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this daily news recap for July 8th. I appreciate all the love, all your time, all your subscriptions. If this is your first time seeing the channel and checking these videos out, I'd appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I do these videos Monday through Friday. As long as there's enough topics to talk about, enough topics that I'm interested in. Once again, I'll remind you guys my review for the Tomorrow War is currently on the channel, so check that out. I also have a review for F9, the Fast Saga, as well as Batman, the Long Halloween Part 1. You can find those on my channel. Those are fun discussions. And of course, every Sunday evening, I go live at 7:30 p.m. for a live stream. Most of the time, it's editorials, fun conversations regarding movies. This weekend, we're talking Richard Donner, the late iconic filmmaker of Hollywood who changed the game, not just for one, but multiple genres. We'll be talking about his legacy. So join us for that. But thank you so much for your time once again. My name's Gio from Fandom United. Until tomorrow, take care.